Welcome to the Roar.
Welcome to the Roar!
My name is Frank Philosophy.
I'm Mana.
Welcome, guys. Our topic for today is...
Are you a good friend?
Are you a good friend?
How to identify if you're a good friend.
Well, let's define it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What is a friend?
What is a friend?
On you.
So, a friend... you can find a friend in all shapes and sizes. So, your mom could be your friend. Your neighbor could be your friend. Your dog could be your friend. Your pet could be your friend. What else? You want to add anything on that?
Man, yeah, your kid could be your friend. Yeah, of course. I didn't know animals could be your friend, but yeah, I guess they could. No, technically they could.
Dogs are
I had a
man's best
black
friend.
cat that was once my friend, then he died, but still, he was like one of my friends, man. Yeah, definitely. What are 3 characteristics that can tell that you're a good friend? Number 1 is they help you recalibrate yourself, i.e., they bring the best out of you. For example, me and Franco's been hanging out probably, a year or so?
It's been that long?
Yeah, about a year, man. Close to a year. But we know each other at work, but at the same time, we've been hanging out, rocking these videos for like a month or 2, working on them. But I've noticed I'm going in the direction more of where I wanted because of our friendship. So he's bringing out the best of me in that way, in a sense of I really enjoy, I think it's always been a calling for me to help people, and making these videos and having another person in there with you in the trenches, like trying to get out there and doing these digital videos really helps. I mean, I don't know if you've ever tried to do something on your own. Unless you're really passionate about it, I don't know if it's going to happen. Or let's say one time you don't want to go to the gym and you have that buddy, that workout buddy there for you. It's easier to get back in the mood, you know what I mean, when you're not in there. So they actually help you recalibrate and get back into the gym. And so a good friend will help you recalibrate. And what we mean by that is they make you a better person, and they also pull your head out of your ass. So if you were at the bar at one point in time and you shouldn't be driving, they'll pull the keys from you. And that's what a good friend does. Or like you just did, he took a call and it was a good friend, and he wanted to make sure he didn't need anything. So a good friend will definitely be there to actually let you vent. Almost be like a therapist session by just calling a good friend. So yeah, recalibrations, man. They'll really call you out to be the best person, or they'll call you out for being a fake person. So that's what recalibration means. If you're a good friend, or if you can identify, if you want to identify if you are a good friend, recalibrating another person and being the best, bringing the best out of them, or even pulling their head out of their ass, is definitely one of it. Number 2.
Well, actually, before we go to number 2, I kind of want to dig in more in the definition of a friend. I feel like you can have different kinds of friends, like I have this one friend, his name is blank, and his name is blank. I don't want to say his name, man.
Don't want to put nobody on blast.
Yeah, I don't want to put nobody on blast, but he's super good guy. We call him we'll just call him Regan. All right,
Ronald
Regan. So Regan is a great guy, but certain things he doesn't appear, man. So I got like certain situation. Maybe if there's a party, he's not there. If
He's
there's
like ghost.
if there's a get together, he's not available. So one time I told everybody that Regan might not be the sun in your life, but when it's your darkest hour, he's definitely the moon. He's the type of guy that he might not be there all the time, but when it's your darkest hour and you need the help, he's there for you. Like, bro, I got you. Like I'll help you out.
That's a good one. I've never heard that term.
Yeah.
In darkest hour,
He's
There's
the
no
moon.
lie.
He's the moon in your darker hour. He might not be the sun, but he's definitely the moon in your life.
That friend that's always there but not always around, but you call him, that fool's right there.
Boom. Let's go, homie. Let's
You're
roll.
right. You're right. You have work friends. You have that type of friend. I've never heard of that type of friend.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
It came up because he's that type of friend. That's why I was like, dude, you are the moon, man. You might not be the sun, but you're definitely the moon.
Damn.
Yeah. So.
It's dope. What are other types of friends while we're on it?
Oh.
So we have work friends, but that's a great one, man. We're definitely gotta say I've never had a friend like that. I think. No, I think I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
Oh, and you got your childhood friends, friends that you grew up with. You haven't seen them in like 20 years. You go meet them again. It's just like you guys never skip the beat. You know what I mean? You know, those kind of friends, you know. Number two. Number two,
a good friend will respect you and respect your boundaries.
Respect your boundaries. Right. Oh, so I just had an experience. You know, somebody called me earlier, and you know, I answered the phone just to make sure, you know, my friend is okay. I found out that he's okay, you know, but we have something that me and Mana, we're trying to do something. So I'm like, hey, is it okay if I, you know, call you back like within an hour, you know? Him being a good friend, he's like, oh, no problem, you know, I'll talk to you in an hour, you know? So he respected my boundary, like, oh, Franco's doing something, it's not like life-threatening or anything. We're still good, you know what I mean? He respects me, I respect him. Yeah.
He also had a story earlier about a friend that if you're a good friend, you'll know to respect another friend's boundaries. So I know with your wife, she had one friend who kept calling out all the time, like wanted to be around. But if it annoys another person, or you gotta let your other friend have their space. So even when my Frank Kesey took the call, I realized as a good friend, I always give friends space. So I enjoy my space a lot. So when someone needs a call, dude, pick up the phone, talk to your peoples, because you know your friend is gonna have other people who need him. So it's always or him or her. So you don't want to crowd someone because there's only so many hours in a day. So respect people's boundaries on when you call them and when to address them and when you're taking someone else's time. So be wary and respectful of other people's boundaries. You know, it's not just you.
All right. So respect boundaries. We got that down.
And how? It's the last one. We're gonna do the friend.
Friend in word, but not in deed.
We got a good quote. I read it. I'm not sure where I read it. I'm pretty sure I read it in a Buddhist book, but I'm not sure. So don't quote me on it. But here's the quote. Lastly, to know that you're a good, to know whether or not you're a good friend, it's the phrase is a friend in word and not in deed is not a friend. So basically, that's someone who talks a lot of game and says, hey man, let's go do this, and they don't show up. Or, hey man, I got your back, but they're never there.
I got you way, way back.
Yeah. You know, oh dude, you know what happened? It's always that person who talks like it, but their actions and their don't match anything what they're saying. So you just have to be wary. And like we said, a friend can be anyone. It can be your coworker at work. It can be your brother or sister or parents, and they might not be friends. Like, it doesn't matter. They will be that person that says they care about you and they're your friend. Whether they're blood related or not, you know, these people, they're still a form of a friend, but they're not an actual good friend, and neither are you if you're that type of person where you only talk about being someone's friend, but you never, heaven forbid, you never offer to pick them up at the airport when they say they're coming into town. So That's what we mean by a friend in word, not in deed. It's not your friend. They're just there. They're more of a user. So
I had one experience too with a really, really great friend. She passed away, but
oh damn.
yeah, passed away, man. But she's an like amazing friend, and also she's an amazing person. One thing I know that she did to become a great friend is she never expect anything in return.
Yeah.
And I vibed that. It's just like I felt it. Like she does not expect anything in return. She just wants your company. You know, it's like as long as you're there, you guys are talking, have a good time. She doesn't expect anything. She doesn't expect you to do anything back. You know, it's just like, hey, you know, you're a good friend. Let's have a good time.
That's an awesome one, man. Dang.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, we got to go over how friends are actually therapy as well. How they bring the best out of you.
The best out of you.
But as far as
Recalibrate.
therapy,
For a person to vent to.
yeah, if you're a good friend, you're almost like therapy. You're a cure of whatever a friend's going through. So, i.e., like say I had an instance where my mother passed in 2002, and I had a good friend, knew I was in pain. Him and his girlfriend at the time, they came and got me, and they took me out, and they knew what to do. They knew it wasn't to talk. We just had a great time. We partied, and there was no talking aloud about my mother. We just danced the whole night long. And that's what good friends do. They're therapy. They know what you need when you're down and out. That's what we mean by they're that friend that you need when you need someone to just talk, and like their wife is just going crazy. They call you. Hey, dude. Hey, have a drink with me. All right, we'll have a drink.
Being a good listener too, man.
Yeah,
Just like, you know,
a good listener. They will be
just
that bud.
listen to your friend, you know.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, once you become a good friend yourself, you will attract a good friend, you know.
Have good intentions.
Yeah. Good intentions. How about the goal? The 1,000, 1 million?
1 million. Oh, that wasn't much of a goal. I mean,
Not
that
a
was
goal,
more
but,
of like, hey, is it possible to make 1 million friends? I think so. With social media, I think it's possible to make 1 million friends. I mean, not that at the level of close friends of getting really know each other on a personal level, but hey, I know a little about you. I know a little about you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it is possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
It's like how many people can you reach, you know?
yeah,
The type of friends you can help, you know? Yeah.
So let's start it right now. Let's see if we can meet some friends. Like, leave some comments in the thing. I'm Mana. Leave your name in the comments.
I'm Franco.
So yeah, leave a like or a comment in the thing.
Like,
see
subscribe.
what would you do as a friend? What do you consider a good friend, and how do you label a good friend, and what do you do as a good friend? Yeah, that's it.
16 minutes.
Nice. Till next week. See ya.